Hello students, and welcome to week 1 of our English 102 12-week mini session at Harold Washington and all the other city colleges of Chicago. In our online classes, all of Chicago comes together, so I'm really excited to meet with you. I'm Professor Pell, and I'll be walking you through some of the very basics in this video. There's another video that's a little bit longer. This is really just giving you a layout of the course for the week and what to look for. So when you come into class, you'll notice our banner. Your banner might look a little bit different than this because I'm in my testing ground here, so nobody's names or personal information pop up. The first thing you want to do is you want to read through the welcome announcement. Check that out. Also, you'll see over here on the right, this is the content browser. Almost all of the things that you need for our class are in content, and you can see this is sort of like a mini window to get to content items, but there's another place for that as well. You'll also see the calendar down here. One note about the calendar, it doesn't work very well for the discussions, so don't rely on the calendar to give you a good due date for your discussions, because it just shows you when it disappears. It doesn't actually show you when it's due. Okay, up here in our course, we have the nav bar, and the nav bar is where you can get to a bunch of different things for your class. The class list is where you can get to email me or fellow students. Okay, there's not a lot of people in this class because this is just my testing ground. You also have this assessments tab. You can get to a variety of assessments here, like your assignments, discussions, quizzes, and rubrics here. And you can also get to grades here. The tab you'll probably be using the most is content. And if you click on content, this is how our class will be laid out. So we have this getting started module. This is the only week where I'm going to put everything into one module for you. Normally you'll just click on the actual thing that you need, like the discussion or the assignment or whatever. You can work your way through this. There's a playlist that sort of talks about the syllabus. But the thing I really want to draw your attention to is the activity schedule. The activity schedule is really where you're going to go every single week to figure out what you need to do. So you can click on that link and it will open up in a Dropbox window. I keep everything in Dropbox because it's easier to edit and it looks pretty good on the web, and the hyperlinks all work. So you'll work your way down the items for this week. So we can read the activity schedule this way. This is the week. These are the dates. And then these are the things that I want you to do. So this is like your reading and your studying and your viewing that you should do. So you should check out that welcome announcement. You should read these chapters in your textbook. They say, I say. In content, there's a readings folder, and in that readings folder, you should read summarizing text and responding deeply to text. In content, check out the syllabus in the syllabus tab. And then in course resources, there's some things I want you to look through, like the general discussion norms, mandatory paper formatting guide, and success tips from previous students. Then in course resources, there's also a Food Matters film list, and I want you to watch one documentary from that list. Then there's also a YouTube playlist about using Brightspace that I would like for you to watch. And then the course overview playlist, which you just saw also listed in Brightspace. Okay, all of those things will help you do these other things here that are graded activities. So, or have points attached to them. The assignment 1, the course housekeeping assignment, there's a hyperlink to that here you'll also find the guidelines listed in Brightspace. It brings you all to the same hyperlink, also in Dropbox. So let's take a little quick peek at that. Okay, for this assignment, your on-time deadline is Saturday at 11:59. I'll accept that the following Tuesday by 11:59. And what you're going to do here is I'm asking you to do a few things, like watching that Brightspace playlist. I want you to log into Brightspace to our class and sort of play around, download the Pulse app, and create your profile picture in Brightspace, and then also enable the notifications for Brightspace announcements. If you don't know how to do that, that's why I have you watch this playlist here. I also want you to link your CCC email to your smartphone, and then watch one documentary film from the Food Matters viewing list. You're starting to see that some of the things I've asked you to do are for actual assignments. And then I want you to write a short paper, a 3-paragraph paper. The first paragraph should explain which of the first 6 activities that you completed. Okay, so we have here numbers 1 through 6. Don't just say I did all 6. I want you to be specific. Write a sentence probably for each one. If you've done one of these already, tell me that you did it last semester, so you didn't need to do it. I want you to be explicit, but I also want you to be concise. Okay, no more than 7 sentences or 100 words. And then the second paragraph of your paper should summarize the film that you watched. Okay, make sure that you read that information about what makes a good summary, and then employ those aspects into your paper. And then the third paragraph should comment on or respond to the film in some way. So that's where you're going to be giving your opinion. This should also be concise, no more than 100 words. So that's your assignment for week 1. And then your course introduction discussion. Let's take a look at that as well. So you'll see there's some preparatory things that I will ask you to do. Make sure that you do those things like read the syllabus and look at the course overview playlist like I asked. And then you're going to write your main post. And your main post is going to be labeled main post. And then you're going to write a 3-paragraph response. Label your response to paragraph 1 as 1. So just write 1. And then give me your paragraph, and then include some white space, and then number 2, and then give your paragraph to this prompt, and then some white space, and then number 3, give your response to this one. When you are responding to the discussion prompts, you do not need to retype the questions here. Just number your answers according to the numbers of the guiding questions. And then you should reply to at least 2 main posts of your peers. Okay, make sure that when you begin those reply posts or response posts, you begin by addressing the person by name. That's really important. And make sure that you develop a full response to them. I'm looking for multiple paragraphs, full responses. You won't get, it's not helpful to just say things like I agree or good job. Okay, I want you to actually respond to things that they're saying. And when you read the they say, I say this week, you'll see some strategies for doing that. Okay, late posts and the assignments, the grace period is 72 hours after the Saturday deadline. Then you'll also have the week 1 quiz. And if you're available on Wednesday, come join us at 10 a.m. for the synchronous session, and I'll show you where to get to that. Okay, so this is how you read your activity schedule. If you don't know what some of the symbols are, up at the top here is the key. And normally this column or this box here will be what you can do if you're behind. But since this is the very first week, you're not behind yet. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, so let's come back here. and I will show you how to get to a couple of things. So you'll notice here these are the module headings for in the content area. The Getting Started module that we're in right now, you'll notice that it has links to the discussion, and the guidelines for the discussion are hyperlinked there. You can get to the assignment by submit your assignment by clicking here, or read the guidelines here. And you can get to the quiz by clicking here. Okay. You also can get to these things directly by going to their module listed over here, assignments or discussions. You can get to the synchronous sessions also over here by clicking on synchronous sessions. One of the things about Brightspace is that if you're down here kind of far on the module bar, you have to scroll back up, and then you'll see the hyperlinks here for the Q&A sessions. Those will also be posted as an announcement the day of the synchronous session. You'll also notice over here the readings module. So you'll notice there's two submodules in the readings module. One is the week 2 readings, and the other is just readings. In the just readings module, they are alphabetized, okay, and you may notice that if you get down to the bottom here, you might need to hit load more to get more of them. And I do have most of the readings for the first couple of weeks in here for you, in case you haven't gotten your books yet. You'll also notice the professor information. There's some information about me, how to get a hold of me, and that sort of thing, and a photograph. That's what I look like. And then the syllabus is also over here as well. Now you can also get to these other, to the assignments and discussions and quizzes and such up here in the assessments tab. This is also where you would go to look for your grades. Now I realize this might look a little bit different for you than me because I'm in the instructor mode, so your modules here might not be quite as populated as mine. But the thing I really want to stress for you is that each week really what you should do is start with the activity schedule and work your way through the activity schedule. Okay? And then that's it for this week. The activity schedule, as you can see, is populated for the rest of the semester, and this is a living document. So if you print it out once, it might change, and so this is why I keep it this way, so that we can edit it as we move forward throughout the weeks. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'm Professor Pell, and I look forward to working with you this semester. I think it's going to be really great, and we're going to enjoy our 12-week mini session. Thank you so much.